do a summary of where we left off the last time for you guys. Okay, so we'll do a quick summary overall. You guys have arrived in the town of Kiev, seen some interesting stuff happening, at least in terms of the town experiencing a chance where a ship arrived. The people on the ship were taking a bunch of supplies from the town, saying that were going to replenish the town with what was on the ship. You guys found out, the town found out, I should say, when the crew arrived and the ship arrived, that there were no supplies on the ship. The mayor, who was like, "Hey, you guys should stay, enjoy, the town. We'll kind of, show you guys the life here." The captain was like, "No, we're busy. We're leaving," and they headed off. Before they departed, there were at least two people that you guys had witnessed, a man and a woman, that seemed to have been forced into two of the carriages before the carriages and all the wagons had shuffled off out of town. In an effort to try and help the town, you guys spoke to the dockmaster, who said, "Hey, there was a ship that crashed a few weeks back, and nobody's been able to get to it because there's something there that's killing people." You guys were offered some money. You guys took the job and went there and dealt with it, and found out it was a harpy that had made its nest in the ruins or in the wreckage. You guys had returned back, gotten some money, gotten some favors from the person that runs the Red Hill Shipping Company in town, and then had a week of downtime. You got to spend some time in town. Branch found a kitten, a stray cat, that he has befriended.
Yeah. I was like, when did we find a cat? But I remember now.
Yes. Branch found a cat. And then you guys met a woman that everyone was surprised to have seen, named Dilana Stilltide. She was a bard, traveling bard. You guys managed to strike up a conversation with her a little bit. Learned that she was kind of on her own personal quest to prove herself to the man that she loves, and was one step closer as she had returned to town. She performed over the night and did some excellent plays and songs. And Frederick got one of the songs stuck in his head. Oh, the world we live in there. And afterwards, got to know her a little bit better. Feo was a little kind of depressed that Delana was like, no, I have somebody that I'm interested in, but
Yeah.
not looking
Broke
for
my heart.
Then the following morning, you guys got up, came downstairs to the inn, the common room, and heard through the grapevine, through one of the serving girls, that Delana had run off in the middle of the night in a hurry, and no one was sure what was going on or where she was going. You found out that all of her possessions, except for maybe her weapons and basic equipment, were like she left everything behind except for that. You guys managed to sneak into her room or get into her room, and found what looked to be a portrait of some kind of a man with black hair, a little thin looking, but found a portrait, and proceeded to ask around town who this person was. You had managed to find out that somebody in town said, "Hey, this guy looks semi-familiar," and the person that you found said, "You know what? I think there was a wanted poster for this person. They were a member of the Avengers adventuring group who have been responsible or claim to have been responsible by the Empire for killing the previous emperor." That was kind of a shock moment for you guys. You guys went to the mayor's house to try and find out some more information, where the mayor's wife was like, "We're in the middle of lunch. How about you guys come back later?" And the mayor said, "Have a nice day," and kind of just left you there. And that is where we're picking up. So, Fail, Branch, and Frederick, and Hakeem, you guys are standing outside the mayor's house at the moment. Standing on the stone steps. And just as a recap of what the house looks like for you guys, the house is built on 4-foot high poles rather than the average 8. It sits on a slight hill. There is a wide set of stone steps, which you guys are standing on, that are currently freshly swept. There's a wide porch that encircles the entire house, and there are various chairs and side tables for guests to sit and on the porch area. The house is very well made, with perfect fitting shutters for the windows, and each of the windows has flowered drapes inside. And the walls look to have been freshly painted green, while the front door is painted a shade of burgundy. All in all, the house looks relatively comfortable and cozy, even from the outside. But again, the four of you are standing outside. What do you want to do?
Then perhaps we should leave.
Does the mayor know that this is a little bit more important than some lunch?
I don't think he will see the point.
Sorry, I just got back from feeding the doggy. Okay, so.
So we're outside the mayor's house.
Should we
just
just
been told,
camp outside?
fuck off, we're
wait
having
for
lunch.
to
And now they've closed the door. I think that it's kind of weird to just camp outside, but
Okay. I'm trying to think, what could we do to make him? I don't know.
perhaps we should not use force, Phil.
I know we should.
We don't need to make him. I suggest we return later.
And do what in the meantime?
Well, I have plenty of things to do.
Like what?
Like, praying.
I'm kind of hungry myself. I guess we can get something to eat.
Okay.
Why didn't
My
they invite
body
us
requires
inside for
energy.
lunch? It would have been pretty.
We could invite ourselves for lunch.
They could have. It would have been
Invite
pretty
ourselves?
polite of them to ask us for lunch, wouldn't it have been? Like, is it just me, or is it just kind of rude of them for them to just send us away?
Branch, I agree. I think we should invite ourselves for lunch and have a conversation with the mayor while we're at it. Frederick,
I
won't
believe
be
that
making
that might actually be a good idea.
So do we need to knock on the door again, or can we just barge in?
You
I
can
think
try
I
whatever
think
way
we
you
just.
want.
I think we just walk in at this point, right?
Yeah. Okay.
All
Okay,
right.
try the door.
That's 2 against 1. Go ahead.
So who's gonna try and open the door?
Branch.
Branch. Okay. It's not locked.
All right. Branch goes in and sits down. Or he looks for.
Okay. Well, so let me describe the building a little bit better for you. So you open the door, and it leads into a small little, like,
Why?
I would say, kind of like an entry room. It's a small entry spot, and there's umbrellas and like a coat hanger off to the side. And then just beyond that, you can see there is what seems to open up into a hallway, or a larger hallway, and there's several doors along the hallway that seem to, like, those sliding doors, those opening doors. I forget what they're called. But you can see just beyond, at the back half of the house, like to the right, like to your right, immediately to the right inside the hallway is like a sunroom. To the left is like a living room. And then at the far back, you can see that there is the mayor and his wife are sitting at their kitchen table in the kitchen, and they're having a meal. They look, they're eating soup or something with loaves of bread. They're maybe 30 feet away from you. They don't seem to be aware that you have opened the door.
All right, so it was your bright idea. So go ahead.
Yeah, I'll follow you there, Branch.
All right. I follow my nose. See if I can find any food. In particular, I'm sniffing around for some canned tuna.
Oh, yeah, I keep forgetting you're a cat.
Well, so I would say make a perception check on that.
Okay. Sorry, I had the wrong persons. I had Spia's character sheet up, and I was wondering why I wasn't letting you roll. Alright, perception. That is a 12.
Okay. That's high enough. You smell, your taste sense of smell is well good enough here for a smell of fish. And you can smell that they're having some kind of fish chowder of a kind.
Ooh. Okay. Branch likes. Okay, Branch is gonna continue following the nose and walk towards where the smell is coming from.
Okay. Is everyone following, or is it just Branch? You guys are just kind of standing in the doorway, I'm assuming, at the moment.
I'm gonna let him do his own thing.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna stand back too.
Okay.
I don't think I'm gonna start robbing their pantry or whatever.
Okay. So, Branch, everyone go to make a perception check. It depend on
All right,
rolls or where you guys are in the building.
perception.
Branch 2? Still?
Yes,
Or...
Branch 2.
Ooh, nat 20.
Okay.
Oh, same!
Jesus.
22.
Holy Christ.
Wow.
Oh
Holy
my
Christ.
God.
2022 24. Incredible.
Wow, what a start of the session. Oh my gosh. Okay.
That's not a good sign.
So in the hallway for you guys here, you all rolled high enough. So in the hallway, as Branch is kind of like lifting his nose into the air, and so Branch is a tabaxi, mind you, so he's a cat person. His tail's kind of whipping behind him. You can see his sniffing and his whiskers twitching a little bit as he's kind of like smelling into the house, and he can smell the chowder ahead. Along the hallway, though, there is on one side, to be on your left side, there's a bunch of paintings and portraits, kind of sketches, probably something of like family related to probably the mayor or his wife, whatever. You can see there's some kind of family resemblance there for it, for sure. On the right-hand side, though, there is what looks to be like a display cabinet of sorts, kind of like a china cabinet. There are dishes and plates, flowers, and things of value inside. Some silvered cookware, and all of you notice that on the top shelf, sitting on almost looks like a stand, there is a locket. It's a silver locket with a blue gemstone in the middle, and it stands out because the gemstone is, one, valuable, and two, the locket is made of like a silver, almost mithril like material with a silver chain. It definitely stands out of everything. Branch, you make it about halfway down the hallway before the mayor and his wife, completely oblivious, don't seem to notice that you're there still. They rolled really low. They rolled a 3 as their highest.
I snatched the locket.
You're gonna okay? So it's closed. It's a closed, locked cabinet at the moment.
Oh, shoot. Okay. Yeah. Can I pick the lock?
You're gonna try and pick the lock. Sure, you can try. Do you have a lock picking set? Are you skilled in that?
Oh wait. I guess I don't. I thought I did, but no. I guess I'm not.
Okay.
Wait, would I see him?
Okay. Can I break
try
the
and
glass?
pick the lock?
Is it glass?
It is
that's
glass.
behind?
Yes.
Oh wait,
Can I punch? Can I
Use
punch
your
the
nails to get like a spy. Use your nails to make a
Oh
circle.
no! Like Puss in Boots and Shrek.
So you're gonna try and break the glass.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you trying to be stealthy about this, or are you just gonna be like snatch and grab, smash and grab and go?
Yeah. Yeah. Can I like press into the glass like until it breaks?
Okay, so make a stealth check to begin with disadvantage.
Okay. Oh. Wait,
Disadvantage.
yeah, I'll just roll. I'll just roll again because I accidentally picked. So the lowest was a 14.
Okay.
Goddamn.
So you stop at the cabinet, and before you kind of put your claw up against it, and before you can even scratch into it, you hear the mayor's wife. She goes, "Excuse me, what are you doing? It's rude to barge into somebody's house like this." And her and the mayor's kind of got like a spoonful of chowder like halfway up to his mouth, and he just kind of looks at you.
Yeah.
So his wife stands and she goes, "Oh, there'll be none of that now." And she walks. So you see her step lean over the counter, and she
Phil, I
comes
think we
walking
should
up
go.
to you with a rolling pin in her hand.
Oh no!
She makes
Yeah,
an attack.
Frederick
She got
is
a
using a
14
tender
to
leaf.
hit you.
Oh my gosh!
I believe we have
Okay.
overstayed.
Okay, I look at her, and then I wave my hand in the air, and I say, "This is not the cat you're looking for."
So are you casting a spell or something on her?
No, I'm just
Just saying.
not.
Okay. Well,
Turn into a
what's your
Jedi.
AC? She tried to hit you.
Is she rolling? Is
Yeah, she
hitting
rolled a
me?
14 to hit you. She's
Oh,
ran
okay,
up to you
she-
with a rolling pin, like a rolling pin in her hand, and she's like, "Get out of my house!" And starting to hit you.
She's one off from hitting me.
Okay.
So that was pretty close. It was a pretty close hit.
What do you want to do?
Can I try and de-escalate the situation?
How do you want to do that?
Okay. Um.
Brush up against her
Sorry.
leg.
So what are you doing? All I heard was somebody say sorry.
No. Sorry, no. I will not be doing that.
Lick yourself in front of her.
No. Okay, I'm first of all, I'm gonna apologize. Like, sorry, sometimes my cat-like instincts get the best of me. And I was feeling kind of hungry, and I smelled the delicious fish chowder or whatever, and I couldn't help myself. And then, like, I saw the shinies, and then my first instinct was to hold it.
Okay, so paint the picture. You're like, "I'm sorry," or you're trying to like explain this to her, and she's got this like rolling pin in her hand. She is clearly not paying attention at this point and is just shouting for you to get out of her house and calling you a vandal. And she's just continuing to try and hit you with the rolling pin. That time she got a 15, so she is going to hit you.
Oh my gosh.
And let's see. Let me pull up. We'll do Hakeem's sheet.
So that's how we're gonna die.
The classic.
You take 1 point of bludgeoning damage as she's beating you with this rolling pin, telling you to get out of her house. She's calling you a
Just
thief
fucking
and a
breaks the
vandal.
bone.
Do you
mayor
also
at this
take
point
1
has
point
kinda,
of
like, put his-
dignity damage?
He just put his bowl down and is like, "You should leave! Leave our house! Go!"
Yeah, Frederick, we should just leave.
Listen. I had pressing information for the mayor. That's why I came back in here. I just got distracted. Listen, I can't help that I was born as a feline.
Okay, make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Okay.
I think you're gonna die to the rolling pin.
By the way, during that
Holy shit!
You rolled a perception check, not a persuasion check there.
My
Oh.
gosh, if only I could read.
If
Oh my
only.
If only.
That's still baller, though.
Okay, still
It'll go down in the history books.
out of 10.
You got a 10. Okay. So, like, the mayor is, like, his wife is clearly not paying attention at this point. And I'm going to give her another attack on you to see if she continues to hit you, which she does. You take another 2 points. This time it's 2 points of bludgeoning damage for it.
That's fine,
But
that's
he
fair.
manages, like, the mayor manages to finally kind of calm her down a little bit, like, kind of grab her by the arm and is like, "Okay, stop," and then it's kind of, like, turns her back towards the kitchen, and she is still fuming, like, "Get out of my house, like, you tell them they need to leave, no one breaks into our house," and he's like, "I'll take care of it." And as he turns to look at you, like, she kind of jumps over his shoulder a little bit and keeps swinging at you and can't seem to hit you. He's like, "Oh, God, go back to the kitchen. Go. And he's like, Finally, she kind of walks away. And the mayor kind of looks at her and then walks up to you and grabs you by the arm, not so gently, and is like, "Let's talk outside." And kind of escorts you outside the building, to where I'm assuming Frederick and Feo are both kind of just standing there with their mouths open, laughing about this whole situation.
Oh yeah, I'm cracking up.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. I don't know how Frederick would laugh. It would be like,
Almost an evil laugh. Okay, so as you get, he kind of gets you guys outside, or gets you outside again, and then closes the door behind him. And he goes, "Well, I appreciate what you've done for us, for the keys and for the town, but it would be best if you did not come back again. My wife is not one to forget such things. No, please, what is it you want? What is so important that you would break into my house?"
Branch, did you want to tell him anything?
My cat like brain got a little distracted. I remember there was a pressing matters, pressing issues that needed to be addressed. However, the smell of fish chowder clouded my brain and my intuition. So, give me a moment while I try and collect thoughts.
now allow me to explain. My partner right here is an idiot. So, we apologize. And
Apparently, he's not the only idiot around here. Let's.
excuse me.
Well, you didn't stop him from entering my home.
Do you think I could? I didn't even see him go.
And the mayor
And
kind
then,
of just
if I
raises
had
an
to
eyebrow
stop
at
him, I'd
you.
had to go in your home. I would be as bad as him.
Right. Well, what is it you need? Why? Again, why would you feel the desire to break into my home?
Do I look like I broke into your home?
No. But all of you clearly didn't stop your friend from getting in. So what do all of you want? If you have nothing for me, then I bid you good day.
So,
Guys, we had something very important to tell the mayor.
Yeah, I don't remember.
okay.
And quite frankly,
So-
I've had a severe lapse
So
of
as a
judgment.
DM, I'll interject here. So you guys had come in part to the mayor's house because you guys had the painting or the image of the man that Dilana apparently you think might be her lover, and it's the picture of someone that they think someone in town said, "Hey, maybe this is one of the Avengers." So you guys were kind of trying to bring that to his attention, if I recall correctly.
Oh yeah. Alright. Right. So and then I pull the painting out of wherever it is.
Okay. The mayor kind of takes it
Wait a
and looks at
second.
it and he goes, "So it's a picture of a black-haired man. So what?" And he hands it back.
Any particular black-haired man? And I raise my eyebrow like the Rock.
Nice. So he kind of takes it back and he looks at it and he goes, "Looks vaguely familiar. Am I supposed to know who this is?"
You know, are you supposed to know who this is? Have you heard of the Avengers?
Well, yes. Who hasn't?
The what?
Well,
Avengers.
All I have heard of is Bahamut and his great glory.
Well, we heard of him. That's Delana's, maybe her husband or boyfriend was part of them, I believe.
Yeah, so as a quick recap, so you guys know that, so the empire that you guys are in at the moment is in the middle of a civil war. It's been going on for about 5 years. The reason the civil war has erupted is the emperor previously was assassinated, and the current emperor, his name is Henrik, has stated that the adventuring group known as the Avengers are responsible for his death. The rumor and word from Henrik and the Empire is that the Avengers assassinated him. There were wanted posters all over the place. There haven't been wanted posters up in a couple years. but you guys are fully aware that everyone seems to think this adventuring group knows the Avengers were committed regicide and killed the Emperor.
How dare they?
Honestly, that's kind of
Sorry.
badass.
That does sound pretty badass.
I
It happened
can't
in game,
believe
was really
it.
fun.
You would condone regicide.
No, and the mayor. So I'm going to play the mayor now. I would not condone such things. You
No,
think-
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to this idiot over here. Sorry.
What are we doing?
I don't even
Are
know
we
what
eating
we're
this food?
doing.
Are we still asking him questions?
You guys
I-
he's on the. You guys are on his porch
Wait.
at this moment. He's like, his wife is
Wait.
definitely not going to let you guys come in and have food at this point.
It's like,
Uh,
actually, you know what? We're gonna go. We're obviously wasting your time. We're very much sorry.
no, Frederick, no. We these are pressing issues that need to be brought.
And
to-
he cannot
to-
help us. He doesn't even know who that is.
Well, he can help us because he has fish chowder, and I'm hungry.
We can get that at the inn. You don't need to get it from him.
He nods and says, "That would be good."
Yeah.
Yes.
So good.
He reaches into his one of his he has like a vest on and he pulls out he pulls out 2 silver and he hands them to you, Feo, and he goes, "Here, get your friend some chowder." And he goes, "Good day," and then he kind of turns and just goes back in the house, closes the door, and you hear after a moment you hear this click of him locking it, and then the side window he kind of pulls you could see his head looking through the glass window, watching you guys.
I go stand in front of the window and watch through the window.
Oh
He
god.
kind of quickly puts the curtain in front and
Bob.
hides behind the door.
I look over at Brent. You have your own money. I'm not buying you anything.
Well, technically, that's his money, and he said to buy with it. So you're going to buy me
I'm
some
not
food.
buying you anything.
I believe that it would only be fair if we donate this money to charities of the Church of Bahamut.
Yeah,
Hakeem's
well, he
gonna
gave it
walk
to
up
me,
and
and no.
take the money from Feo, and he goes, "No, it's going to the Savaris." And then he just kind of turns and starts walking away with the money. 2 silver pieces.
That's fine. He can.
I
have it.
don't think he's actually gonna give it to his god. Knowing the man.
Well, it's better than what I was going to do with it.
What are you gonna do with it?
Just gamble it away.
Huh. Well, let us depart.
I agree.
Okay.
Oh my god.
We still
I'm
need to,
so tired of
Ask other
almost
people.
of just using these stupid words.
Oh, we should ask the dockmaster.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea.
Okay. So on the way back to the Widows, you guys are going to swing by the Dockmaster and ask him?
Yeah.
Okay.
He seems more knowledgeable than this mayor dude.
Yeah, the mayor kind of seems like a hack, to be honest. I'm not too fond of the mayor or his wife, especially.
I can't
Yeah,
imagine
like
why.
she beats people up. Like, how dare she?
Right?
Yeah,
Dare
that's pretty
she
funny.
be so rude. Okay.
I mean, if someone breaks into your house, you give them chowder.
Clearly, that's what the solution is. All right. Well, so you guys make your way through town, and it's middle of the day, so people are about. People are shopping, and there's commotion going on. You get down to the docks, and there is a ship that had arrived. You see the rest of the docks are empty and open, but the dockmaster, he's leaning up against the same kind of shack that you guys had seen before. And he's got this clipboard in his hand, and he's just kind of marking, reading it or marking some check marks off as you guys approach. As a reminder, his name is Keaton Melling, and he is a tall with thick brown red hair and a beard, and his eyes are brown with flecks of green. He wears in simple clothes.
Melling. Got it.
Yeah, Keaton Melling.
So, good day, Mr. Mulling.
He kind of looks at you and he goes, It's Dockmaster Melling. What do you want? I told you I don't have any more business for you guys.
Has anyone told you
Dark
your name smells
Master
rotten with smelling?
Malone.
Okay,
One at a
sorry,
time,
I
guys.
heard
One
two
at a
people
time.
talking at the same time, and unfortunately,
Yeah,
Discord
right.
is crappy at that.
I'm gonna let you go, Branch. Go ahead.
Well, what I had to say was rather unimportant, but has anyone told you that your name rhymes with smelling?
He kind of looks at you for a moment and raises an eyebrow and says, "What are you, a child?"
Yes.
I'm pretty young at heart, I would say.
Yeah, well, the kids called me Smellings when I was a boy.
Oh, well,
Eh,
that's not nice. I'm sorry about that. Brought
well,
that up. Oh,
it's not like a
I'll,
name I haven't heard before. So, what can I do for you guys? I'm sorry, I still don't have any work for you.
Actually,
oh,
we are not looking for work. We were wondering if we could get some kind of information.
Suppose. What information are you looking for?
We're looking for a man. We don't necessarily know who he is, but apparently he is quite known. You seem like a knowledgeable man, so we figured you might know who that is.
So he kind of puts the clipboard under his arm, and actually, I'm sorry, he takes the clipboard and he puts it on the counter behind him, and he turns and looks at you and kind of leans back, looks you up and down, and crosses his arms, and he goes, "So let me get this straight. You're looking for a man who you don't know him, don't know anything about him, but he might be famous." Right.
Precisely.
Exactly.
And we have a picture of him. What kind of? Branch, do you have the picture?
Oh yeah. I reach out of my ass and pull it out.
He kind of he doesn't take the picture from you. He just kind of looks at it and he goes, "Looks vaguely familiar. Who is he?"
That is why we came to you,
Exactly.
Master Malone.
Well,
It's Melling.
so
Milling?
Close
Melling
enough.
kind of sighs at you. He looks to you, Fail, since you've kind of been the most coherent thus far. And he looks at you and he goes, "I've never seen the man before. And he looks familiar. Like maybe I've seen him before, or seen him somewhere, or seen a picture like that somewhere. We, I don't know. Why are you?
Does
Who is he? Who are you looking for him?"
Well, we're trying to help a friend out and finding this person. Does the name Avengers ring a bell?
Of course. And he kind of
Oh, so
he
you know
says
them.
as he goes, "Of course." He kind of looks over and spits onto the ground like he's cursing their name at the moment. And then he says, those adventurers, fucking, they sent the empire into a civil war. They've ruined business all throughout. Even here, we haven't been only like we're not immune from it. Although the war isn't here technically and fighting, but our profits and obviously the town is hurting for it. And they're to blame for it.
But most importantly, they are enemies of righteousness.
Let's
Bahamut smite them.
He's like, "All right, well, I'll let you determine who needs to be smited, sir. But you think this man is one of them?"
I believe
Our
he is.
chance.
And he goes, "Hold a moment." And he goes, "Hold on." And you see him. He kind of walks back to the counter, picks up the clipboard, and he walks around the shack, and you hear a door close on the other side. You walk up to the shack, and it's just kind of like a beachside shack. There's just this open like countertop in front of you, but there it goes back about 10 feet, and you can see there's a table or a desk in the back. And he goes and he's shuffling through some papers, and he goes, "Oh no, nope, nothing here." And he goes over to a cabinet and kind of pulls open the cabinet and starts rifling through some papers. And he goes, "Ah, oh, Okay, maybe it might be him. Okay. And he comes back over and he lays down on the countertop in front of you about 10 photos. And they're all wanted posters with crude sketches and drawings. He puts 5 to the side, or 4 to the side, and he says, like, these 4, you can see there's 2 women and 2 men. I'm doing the math wrong on that. 3 women and a man, and then this one would be the other one. So, math, hard. And he says, well, these ones are for sure the Avengers, but the pink picture you have, does it look like one of these? And he points to like 6 different pictures. And they all vaguely look the same.
So,
Branch, do you see him?
I would say make an intelligence check for whoever wants to try and figure it out.
all right. Intelligence. 14.
Oh my god, and not 20.
Oh, shit. Oh, my God, Branch. Quit rolling nat 20s. I'll say for the 2 of you, you guys kind of look through the 6 pictures. There are 6 wanted posters. Like, most of them are, like, wanted for, theft or murder. Wanted poster, like, maybe 50 gold, 100 gold. But the one that you point to, and you're like, I think this is him. This looks like him. It looks resembling familiar. And the Dockmaster kind of nods and he goes, well, if you're right, and that's him, then you may have found a picture of one of the Avengers indeed. This one, we don't know his name. As far as we know, he's a traveling bard with them. He goes, but it would be wise to avoid this man and this group if you can. They're not exactly pushovers, if you would.
Well, our plan isn't really to fight them. It's really just to find them.
Well, they certainly aren't around here. Although, if they were, oh, gods help us. We would be in trouble. We'd be lucky if the town was remained intact after they came through. No, the last I heard in rumors and ships and sailing through is that there was a battle, maybe a month's time gone now, in the town of Rhythm. It's 400 miles away to the west, and that's apparently the last place they were seen. They were accompanied by dragons, of all things, if that can be believed.
Wow, by dragons, huh?
That is impossible.
You seem to have a really bad idea or look at these guys. Did they do something personal to you?
They sent the Empire into civil war. Why would I care about them?
I guess I see your point. I don't really know them, so they could be bad people, I suppose.
I have no
They
reason to
killed
doubt
our
to say
emperor.
otherwise.
Put the empire into war. There is no worse than ruining the peace.
Yes, well, as your friend says, yes, nothing worse than ruining the peace. But yes, well, he kind of like collects the papers as he kind of trails off for a moment, and he leans forward and he goes, "Well, between you and I, if you do find them, try and keep a wide berth. But if you can, probably not bad to turn them in. Last I heard, reward for them, for just one of them, 10,000 gold for one of them. Well, it's a high price, but it'd be risky, as I said. But you didn't hear that from me. It's your business. You can do what you want."
Well, thank you very much. That sounds very good. Branch, did you hear that? Frederick, did you hear that? 10,000 gold.
I am not interested by material wealth, only the wealth of one's soul. And may Bahamut bless me if I kill these heathens.
Yeah, honestly, kind of what Frederick said, but not entirely. I just don't know what I would do with that much gold.
What do you mean you wouldn't know what to do with it?
I just don't like. I feel like that's just too much. Like, I would just.
Imagine how much canned tuna you'd be able to have.
I think Branch agrees that there is some kind of righteous deed to do, which is more important than the reward.
All right, suit yourselves. More gold for me.
I mean, well, slow down.
No, too late.
I don't. I'm just saying I don't need all 10,000 of it.
Fine, I'll give you 20 gold for your troubles.
Cool.
And of
Well, we need to
course,
find these guys first, actually.
these guys definitely don't know any dragons, but, in case they actually do, we're kinda fucked.
That's actually very true.
But of course, they don't know any.
Well, we
That
need
would
to
be
get some.
ridiculous. But, yeah. On that note, Frederick just shuts up.
Okay. So the dock master, he's gone and put away the papers, the wanted posters.
Yeah.
He's kind of leaning back over the counter and just kind of listening to this conversation going on. And he's got a kind of quirk, like a smirk on his face. Like, you can totally see just looking at him, he's just like, oh, you poor saps, there's no way you're ever going to pull this off kind of look on his face. But he's more amused by the whole situation as you guys are having this conversation.
Oh, by the way, Mr. Milang. I thank you very much for the information you have brought us. May Bahamut bless your day. And with that, I just... Can I, touch, any piece of, clothing or whatever he has? And I'm just gonna fucking try and cast light on it. So it's just gonna start brighting with, whitish light.
So make an attack
Just to
roll.
show.
Yeah, it's just an unarmed attack. Like, he's not trying
Alright.
to move. Like, his AC is 11 at this point.
18 to hit.
Okay, plenty high. Like, you reach out, and he just kind of doesn't react as you reach out to touch him. He's just kind of watching your hand. It's kind of that awkward moment where he's got his one hand on top of the other, leaning forward, and he just his eyes just kind of watch you to see what you're doing. But what part of his body, what part of his clothing do you light up?
All right, so does he have any sort of necklace or anything?
No.
Okay, then I'd say his shirt. I'm just gonna start touching it. Touch my holy tome on my belt.
Okay.
And it's just gonna start having this sort of whitish hue around it. It's just gonna start being very bright and make some sort of light that has a 20-foot radius.
Okay, well, his entire shirt begins to glow in a bright white hue. And he kind of just blinks for a moment, looking away from his shirt before looking at you, and he goes, kind of closes his eyes and opens them again and looks at you and goes, was that necessary?
Of course! That is my very dedication. Now,
Right. Well,
it was very interesting to meet you, Mr. Melung. But I believe we must depart. Until next time.
yes,
And
please.
with that, Frederick just
do.
goes.
Okay. You just see as he kind of he kind of just looks up at the ceiling, not trying to look down at his shirt at the moment. It's daytime, so thankfully it's not blinding him, but you can tell he's just kind of annoyed that his shirt is now glowing.
That poor thing.
That's awesome.
All right, what do the rest of you guys want to do?
I don't know. I'm just gonna kind of laugh and I'm like, all right, so we should head on the way that our good friend Melanie here told us. See if we can find these guys.
Hakeem's gonna look at you and he goes, lunch first, and then he's just gonna follow after Frederick.
Yeah,
For
okay.
once, Branch agrees with Hakeem. He's a little hungry and he's a little upset he didn't get any fish chowder.
Yeah, I agree. That sounds good.
All right. Well, so you guys make it back to the widows. So you guys climb up the stairs up to the building. One of the serving girls comes is at the door and she goes, "Oh, Master Hakeem, there's a letter arrived for you," and she hands the letter to him, and you can see that he kind of rips open the seal, and reads it, and he goes, "Oh, well, that's unfortunate." Well, and he says, "Well, I'm afraid that," he kind of takes the letter and tucks it into his shirt, and he goes, "Well, I'm sorry, but something has come up, and I must depart immediately. It was nice to know you." And just kind of awkwardly walks in and goes upstairs to gather his things.
Oh yeah, I get nice to know you too.
Ha! He will be missed.
I'm still here.
You're like, whatever. All right, so if you guys are gonna get some chowder, they do have fish chowder available if you want, along with any kinds of fish, like exotic fish. If you want like lemoned fish or anything like that, you can have it. That's what they serve if you want it. And of course, bread and cheese and the basics like that. They do have porridge as well if you want. It's up to you guys.
So, what's the most bland, boring thing they have?
Porridge.
Good. Frederick's gonna have some of that.
Oh
Okay.
god. What's the best thing that they have?
Probably the lemon, I would say, because they're on the ocean. So, like lemon trout or something like that.
Yeah, I'll have that since I'm pretty familiar with all the like the bartenders and innkeepers, right?
Yeah, you've met him before several times. You guys have been here for almost a week and a half, so you guys have met. There's two waitresses or two barmaids, or not barmaids, serving maids. One of them was the one that always gave the dirty looks to Hakeem, and then there is the cook that you had met last time. And I'll say this: you did try his special meal, and it wasn't that great. It was nothing to write home about. And then, of course, the innkeeper and his wife. And then, of course, there's the chambermaid, who you met. It was the one that let you into Dilana's room. She kind of takes care of all of the rooms and that type of stuff.
Oh, and then there's Goblin and the Orc, or whoever these guys are, who are just always there at the end.
Yes, they are still sitting at their same table with a mug of ale. They've got like a plate of half-eaten bread, and like half-eaten chowder off to the side, but they're throwing dice and playing games, like dice games with each other. There's
I
a
really
goblin and a
wonder
half-orc
if they
as
ever work.
well. And then in the common room, there is just a variety of different people, including our new player, Palamides, is somewhere in the crowd of people. There's about 10 people there. He's somewhere in there.
Calamities.
So he is present, although I would say you guys probably don't know he's going to join you guys at the moment. Is there anything you guys want to do other than food?
Well, Frederick's probably going to be mumbling one of those songs he heard and has had in his mind.
Which song?
I'm like,
we must know.
well, maybe he's going to go like, flipping your fence, you don't get too far. Legs are required for jumping and dancing. Strolling around down the... what's that word again? Straight! There.
Good job. I appreciate that. Yes. All right. So as he's singing, Branch and Theo, what are you guys doing as he's sitting there singing unto himself?
I kind of like face myself away.
You're like, I don't know him.
I'm gonna say that is my friend, and I'm going to kind of dance to what he's singing.
Oh god, he's
Fantastic.
making it worse.
Great.
Okay, well, so in terms of food cost, so the porridge is going to cost you a copper. So Frederick, mark it off. And then for
Alright.
the lemon fish, it'll be 2 silver.
2 silver? Okay.
And then Branch, what did you want to eat?
They have. I think I'm just gonna get the fish as well.
Okay, let's just mark off 2 silver. You guys have get some good foods.
Can I actually get 5 orders of the fish?
You can, yeah. If you got the money for it. It's 2
But does
silver
he have the stomach for it?
I don't know. Well, why don't we roll for that? Branch, make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Branch.
Oh my god, and that one. Are you serious?
All in or
Oh,
nothing.
that's awesome. All right, so
After all
Branch,
the nats.
after you finish your 4th plate, and you're like licking your claws, you call over the next one, and the rest of you are kind of sitting at the table, kind of leaning back, like watching this ordeal play out, and you're like, Branch, you really sure a 5th plate's a good idea? He's like, yeah, I got this. Don't worry, guys. I got this. 2 bites into it, you hear his stomach start to rumble. And you both kind of look at him.
Oh, okay.
The serving woman, she's only taken like 5 steps away. She turns and she looks at him and her eyes go wide. And Branch, you have this kind of green tinge to your face and like around your eyes and around your nose, and they're like, you kind of like mouth starts to like puff up a little bit, and you hear the woman go, oh gods, oh gods, oh no, and she kind of tries to reach out to you as you just projectile vomit. I want everyone at the table, so it'll be Theo and Frederick, make a dexterity saving throw.
I've
Oh
already
my
made
God,
it.
I'm already
It
at
was the
negative.
5.
Okay.
I'm at -2. Let me see. Ooh, 14.
Okay, so you managed to Theo, you managed to kind of jump back out of your chair as it just projectile
Yes.
vomits.
I'm just still singing.
You're just still singing. You turn and look at this, and it's just all over the front of you. Frederick, go ahead and make a con save yourself.
Oh. Oh, Lord.
Oh no.
21.
21. Okay. You as
Bahabatus
you're-
with me.
You're singing and you like cut off mid verse as you just get like this vomit all over your face and in, like part of in your mouth, and you kind of like spitting it out. You're like, oh, gross, and you hold down that gag reflex to prevent yourself from throwing up as well. The serving woman walks over to you and she kind of like her hand is like halfway out to you, trying to stop this from happening, and she just stands up straight, takes a rag out, and starts cleaning off the table. And she looks at you, Branch, and she goes, no more than 1 meal for you, period. Is that clear?
Yes.
She goes, kind of stops herself from gagging. Good. Well, why is it so chunky?
Oh my God.
Oh, no.
And then she's like,
Actually,
she starts to gag, and she just turns and walks away. She like runs back to the kitchen.
I was going to suggest that she just brings rags and we would clean it up, but
while you're at it, give me some more fish. No, I'm hungry.
No.
So the other serving woman finally walks up with kind of like holding her nose, and she walks up and she kind of puts some rags on the table and she goes, "Please clean that up. No more for you." She kind of gently pats you on the back, Branch, and turns and walks away as well.
Guys, I
beautiful
don't feel so
tunic.
good. I can clean this up myself. I think you guys got to clean it for me.
Oh shit, my holy tome, is it ruined?
Probably needs a little bit of cleaning. It's gonna smell a little bit.
If I try to help you, I'm gonna throw up myself. How about you ask some of the other people in here to help you out?
Everyone is very pointedly like watching you and all backing away.
Yeah.
Hakeem.
Hakeem!
Hakeem, yeah, there you go.
All right, so we'll say Hakeem comes down with his bag over his shoulder, and you go, "Hakeem!" You got like vomit down the front of your shirt. Branch, as you turn and look to him with this kind of like sick looking, like you just look like you had way too much to eat. And he kind of looks at you and goes, "Savara's blessing upon you," and just walks out the door.
Curse you. Curse you, Hakeem. This is why no one likes you. Yeah.
Okay, well, everybody go ahead and make, three of you, go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw. You have to make a
Oh my
5,
god.
mind you.
5.
8.
16.
Okay. So you guys managed to finally like settle your stomachs, and the three of you take some rags and clean it up. And with a serving lady that you had vomited, she comes back with like a like a half cut, like a barrel that's almost been cut in half, and she kind of just walks up to you guys and leans forward and is like, "Put them in here." And you guys put the rags in, and she like keeps it away from her nose. And she's, "God, that smells so bad." And then she looks at you, Frederick, and you, Branch, and she goes, "I insist that you bathe. Please take a bath."
I was about to say that too.
You're right. You're absolutely right. And I start
Are there
licking
any?
myself. I start
Ew.
licking myself.
Well, she tells you that the chambermaid will set up 2 baths for you guys to clean up.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, I really appreciate that. Thank you very much.
I haven't bathed in over 3 years.
Yeah, we can tell.
Yeah.
We can. You almost smell as bad as a branch.
All right. So for that little episode, I'm gonna move you guys forward in time here. So it takes you guys a while to clean yourselves up. Mind you, you don't get your clothes cleaned unless you clean them yourselves. There's no like dry cleaning in this world per se.
Yeah.
But if you guys have a change of clothes, you guys can change into that. So it's about 5 o'clock at night at this point. You guys are kind of setting up, and it's getting in dark. Remember, it's winter time, so it is dark outside. And as you guys kind of sit down back at the table, you guys have kind of claimed as yours in the inn for the moment. There's roughly about 12 people in the inn at this point in the common room. A couple different people have left, come and gone. Most people seem to be ordering their evening meal. And as you guys are kind of talking amongst yourselves, like, "Oh, should we order some food?" And you guys kind of look at Branch for a moment of like, maybe not. That's probably a bad idea. As you guys are having this conversation, though, the doors to the inn burst open, and you all turn, like the whole room turns and looks, and you see Dilana Stilltide standing there. One of her hands, or one of her arms, hangs limp. She's got a sword in her other hand. She's wearing leather armor, and there's blood that's kind of pooled, not really pouring down, but it's like dried and matted to the side of her head. And her hair is just in a tossle and a mess. And she kind of just looks around, this kind of like panicked look for a moment, sees the three of you, and walks over, and like more stumbles over, and then slams her sword. Like she's has a rapier, so she kind of stabs it into the ground for a moment, and then just looks at the three of you. She goes, "Good, you're still here. Well, still looking for work?" And then she just kind of like grabs a chair from nearby and collapses into it, and takes a mug off one of the tables and just starts drinking and chugging.
You look like
Yeah.
you need help.
Yeah, we missed it too.
You wait a minute. Your entire arm is broken.
She kind of puts the mug down, and some of the ale kind of drips down her face. And she goes, "No, I think it's just dislocated." And she kind of takes her arm and sticks it between like one of she hands it like off to like you, Frederick, to hold. And she goes, "Just hold it just like that." And she goes, "Ugh!" You hear this snap and pop.
Oh.
Just pops her shoulder back into her socket. And she's like, "Ah! Ow! Yeah, okay, that hurt."
Actually,
awesome.
maybe
do that
I can
again?
help with that. You see, I am a fervent servant of Bahamut, and his greatness has allowed me to learn some arts. So I just pick up my holy tome that has now a huge vomit stain on it.
Okay.
And it's just shining with this white light, and then I just start touching her arm, and it's weird. It's as if her arm is kind of replacing itself in a way.
Yeah.
And I cast Cure Wounds.
Okay. Roll some health back for her. See how much she gets.
That's pretty cool. I like that.
5.
Okay. So you notice that her after she popped her shoulder back into her socket, she can move her arm, but it definitely seems like she damaged it in some way. Like it got the tendons are stretched, or her arm is just not functioning correctly. She lifts her hand and she can't seem to make a fist very well. But then you touch her and you watch her arm and the blood kind of fade away. And as it does, she kind of squeezes her hand, and you recognize it as somebody that's in pain, but it's not enough to be like, okay, this is debilitating now. You've healed her a little bit, but she's still in pretty bad shape. But she does look at you and she goes, "It's better. I guess I'll still be able to play the lute after this, if you know what I mean. You guys still looking for work?"
Well, yes, actually.
Yeah, it looks like you got some work for us. It was like you could use some help.
Yeah, can I sit next to her?
Yeah. I mean, she literally pulled a chair up and is sitting at the table with you guys.
So yeah, I'm gonna sit next to her. I'm gonna ask the barmaid to bring us another drink.
Okay, so the barmaid just kind of the whole room is silent at this point, and it's just the four of you talking. The barmaid kind of walks up and, Are you okay, Mistress Stilltide?" And she just goes, "Yeah, seen worse. A drink, please?" And she goes, "Oh, okay. Just one." And Dilana kind of looks at her and she goes, "Serving maids. It's like they ain't seen nothing, huh?" She kind of elbows you, Veo. And then she goes, well, just keep bringing them until we tell you to stop. How's that sound? And the barmaid goes, huh? Oh, okay. Yes, Mr. Stilltide. And just kind of quickly walks away, very, like, thrown off by this whole fiasco going on. The barmaid comes back with a couple of mugs of ale and puts them down on the table. Dilana just picks one up and starts chugging.
Okay, I was gonna do like a
I chug
cheers
as
with
well.
her. Do like a cheers with her, and I kind of want to ask her where exactly, that we're looking for work and where she come from.
She goes, well, she finishes the first one and puts it down. She goes, well, excuse me. As she kind of says that, she goes, excuse me. You see her wipe her mouth, like, and there's still blood, like dried blood, matted on the side of her head. But if she coughs, you notice, or actually, Faye, go ahead and make a perception check. Let's see.
3.
3. Yeah, you don't notice. It's just her hand comes away with blood covered in it, but kind of makes sense. She's covered in blood and cuts and bruises at the moment. She tells you, she goes, well, as I mentioned, find my beloved, I had come to find some objects, and it was to find them and retrieve them. And the final piece was here. Well, the man that had sent me on this quest and given me told me where these items were, he said I would to return with them, and then he would tell me where the final piece was. And well, needless to say, I got more than I bargained for. She kind of leans forward a little bit, and as she leans forward towards you guys, like at the table, and she, like, kind of picks up her rapier and puts it on the table. And she leans forward, and her voice gets a little bit louder, and she goes, well, are any of you familiar with ghosts, perhaps?
Ghosts.
I definitely am.
I've heard of them.
They are but legend. They don't exist.
Well, trust me, young, well, not so young paladin, or cleric, whatever you may be. Ghosts are real, and they are less than pleased when you try to ask them for something they don't want to give. When you, well, as you can see, try to force it from them. Well, clearly, I was unprepared for that, and it will take me several days at least to recover. But I seek the tears of a ghost, if you believe such a thing exists. If you can recover such a thing for me, there's 50 gold
Tears
in
of
it for you.
Ghost. I've never heard of a ghost crying.
She goes, there are many stories of ghosts crying in their tears, but legend says that it is impossible to get. I figured it must be a legend, so there must be some truth to it.
You're asking for an object that does not exist. What if we return empty-handed? But find this place you speak of.
Well, if you return empty-handed, then I won't give you anything.
Then where would we go to find some non-existent object? And then you talk about ghosts. Ghosts don't exist.
Frederick. I think
I'm
what
an
you're trying to
atheist.
ask.
Wait, no.
You're an atheist. I think what you're trying to ask is, how do we get these tears and what do we put them in? Right?
The man that...
Tears.
Let's see, well...
As if they exist.
So she kind of leans back and kind of takes a rag, like a cloth, out from one of her pouches at her belt, and she kind of starts cleaning her sword, which you see, it's a really well-made sword, and then you can see where the hilt is and the guard. There's the swans that make up the guard for it there, and she kind of cleans it for a moment and looks at you, Feo, and she goes, well, the man that said he could provide me with the final piece said to end the ghost's, end her curse. The only way I know of doing that is one of two ways. Either one, find why they remain, or two, kill them. Or destroy them, I guess, would be a better way, since how do you kill that which is dead already? I tried the latter, and, well, she was not very receptive to being put to rest that way, as it were. She kind of, it's like, Delana kind of like looks around the table for a moment, and she goes, I must ask, were there not 4 of you before?
Well, I'd say that 4 of us would be
Is there?
kind of an assumption.
There's only
We
been 3
had
of us.
someone
I can't remember there being
following
4 of
us, but I wouldn't say he was part of us. He was our chosen played.
Right.
Right.
Um,
Oh, are you guys talking about Hakeem?
Yes.
Yes, him being with us would be saying a lot.
I think
Well-
he lost his way.
Finally got the
would-
message.
I would say that she kind of leans back and she goes, well, I would not ask this task of the 3 of you. It's, I'm not sure that the 3 of you could handle it. Perhaps if you can find your friend again, the 4 of you may be able to handle this task. Perhaps. And,
I don't know.
Nonsense,
so,
he
I'm
wouldn't
gonna
help
interrupt
us.
everybody real quick here. So, Calamities, you've been, I'm assuming, listening in at a table nearby. She was very clearly saying there needs to be a 4th. Would you like to introduce yourself to the party?
For a paying job, yeah. Absolutely, I would. I'm gonna stroll up to the table. Just be like,
All right. So real
Did I
quick,
hear-
as you walk up to the table, give us a description of your character so everybody knows what you look like.
gotcha. Let me roll on over. Alright. Calamities is a 5'6", black fur with brown spots, tabaxi man. Early 20s. Let's see. Has emerald green eyes with flecks of... Oh, flecks of nothing, but you know, they're feline. Because tabaxi. A respectable 130 pounds.
Oh, great. Another cat. We're going to have hairballs everywhere.
Probably a pretty, like, confident posture. Not really slouched. Pretty upright.
Okay, so now like Branch. Sorry, Branch.
All right, Calamities, you walk up to the table and go for it. What do you say? What do you
I'm
do?
going to clear my throat and be like, did I hear potentially looking for a 4th for a paying job?
I'm going to look over at him and kind of, oh, great. Another cat. Yeah, we look like we lost one of our friends. What can you do?
What can I do? Is there like any sort of trinket or anything on Feo? Just like
I do have like something I use to cast. It's like a shrunken head.
okay. I'm going to attempt to lift it off of Feo without Feo noticing.
All right, make a sleight of hand check. Feo, you would make a perception check.
Oh, this roll is going god awful slow.
I got a nat 20.
Oh,
Jesus Christ. I may never know what I got. It's probably not a nat 20.
I'm gonna laugh.
Yeah, don't try to
if it was like a
do
20.
things against the people just rolling.
Our,
Top
our
20s.
rolls are insane.
21 is what he got. Holy shit!
Oh!
Oh my
Let's
god.
go!
Oh my
I knew I
god.
needed a 15.
Okay. So
Wow.
describe how you lift this shrunken head. How does this work? How does this happen?
So where's the shrunken head on Feo's body? Like, where would you store it?
Because I'm wearing sort of like it's not a trench coat per se, but like a dark gown. So it's gonna be on in my pocket on my right hand side.
Okay. So while we're having our very brief conversation, I'm going to use my bravado, asking or being like, "What can I do?" Will allow me to demonstrate to sort of try to distract you with my left hand while I attempt to reach around with my right hand to get into your right pocket and take something, which I
Okay.
suppose would just so happen to be the head.
Okay.
And I'm not.
Do you do anything obvious to be like, so I took this from you, or do you just not say a thing?
I'm just gonna assume that at the end of my statement, give a little pause and then just kind of pull the head out. Sort of hold it in front of me where Feo can see. And be like, "Is this your card?"
Like, hey, you got one of those too, huh? Interesting. I'm gonna reach my hand in my pocket and notice that it's missing. I was like, oh, very good, very good. I turned to Branch. You can learn something from this guy.
Even Delana,
By that.
she kind of looks at you, Pelatomys, and she kind of nods approvingly, and she raises her hands and gives you a small golf clap, and she goes, "Impressive."
I'm going to wiggle the
I'm
finger.
gonna scoff and be like, it wasn't that impressive. I have big pockets.
That's funny. No, I'm gonna wiggle the fingers of my left hand and just be like, "I have nimble fingers."
Okay, now I'm gonna stretch out my hand. Okay, give it back. Give it back. You're gonna get it all dirty.
Just
Gonna
gonna
pull
look at the
hair.
head,
Gonna
just
get
be
it.
like, "Okay," and hand it back.
It's a fucking head.
I'll look at it and blow off the cat hair off of it.
Racist.
Apparently, you're shedding, is what he thinks. Oh my gosh. Well, so Delana kind of smiles and she goes, well, and she kind of looks at you, Feo, and pats you on the back, and it looks like you have your fourth. Well then, if you believe you can accomplish this task, then it's 50 gold in it for you. And just bring you back the tears of a ghost.
Sounds good.
She
Yeah, I
gives you
think,
directions and she tells you where these ruins are, where the ghost is.
Sounds good. Yeah, I think he'll fit right in with us.
I will go just to prove that ghosts don't exist.
Okay. All right, so I'm
Before
gonna
we
speed this up a
head
little bit
out-
here because I want you guys to at least experience this before we get too late for
Right.
everyone.
Gotcha.
So you guys gather your stuff, your equipment, armor, etc., and then you head out from the town. She gave you directions. And as a reminder, the town of Kiev is on the oh my gosh, northwestern edge of the peninsula, and she says that the place that you're looking for is actually on a small islet or inlet, maybe about a mile or two outside of town. And there's a sandbar that you guys can use to get to it. It's pretty easy. Branch, you're from the region, so you're kind of like, okay, I kind of think I know where it is. But go ahead and somebody just roll a survival check for me here. You have to beat a 5, mind you, to not get lost.
Any and all of us, or one of us?
That doesn't matter.
Just
I'll
one of
do
us.
it. One of you can
I
do
got a
it.
21.
I think that 21 will be fine.
21? Jesus Christ, stop rolling above 20. Oh my god.
Holy.
All
Let me
right.
just roll a d20. Let's see. Nah,
Okay.
15's not awful.
So, here is the map.
that's not awful.
But you guys, I'm going to put you guys randomly on here.
Oh, hell yeah.
So, I think this one was Hakeem, if I remember correctly. Is that right? Does that look right?
Yeah, that
Okay.
was Akeem.
So this one for you right now, Ptolemy's, this is you.
Hey.
And we'll get you your own mini later on. But
Neat.
okay, so it's late. It takes about an hour to walk there, especially in the dark. As you guys start to approach, you can see that there seems to be the ruins of on this like just past this sandbar, and looking out into the Bay of Daggers. Looks to be the ruins of a farmhouse at some point, which is a little weird because you're not really sure why a farmhouse would be in the middle of a swamp somewhere. But there is what looks to be the ruins of a farmhouse. There are trees growing up. You can see a well. It is. Let me double check. I'm pretty sure the moons. There are 2 moons in the world of Ashion, by the way, for those of you that don't know. Let me double check. See what the moons are at right now. So one of them is a half moon, and the other one is there's the larger moon and the smaller moon. The small moon is behind the larger one, and the larger one is at a half moon right now. So it's not too bright out. It's pretty dark compared to what you guys are used to, but you guys can see the ruins out in front of you. If you do not have dark vision, it is just kind of shades of gray everywhere for you. But I'll have everyone, as you approach the ruins, make a perception check for me here.
Oh no.
All right.
I'm
Oh
gonna
god, now
refresh my
they're rolling
page.
bad. And of course, combat.
7.
Well,
Did it make that roll for me?
You see, there are no ghosts.
Okay, slow-mo rolls are just a thing I'm stuck with. I tried to refresh, and
Slow-mo
hated that.
rolls, no!
I might be able to fix it, but I'm going to let this one resolve before I do.
Because I have one
Yeah.
eye.
this
must be
next
it.
roll is very suspenseful.
Dear
Oh.
God, you rolled a natural 20!
Whoa.
Why?
Wow.
What is with tonight in the 20s, guys? Jesus.
This is insane. I love it.
Oh my lord. Okay. Well, so, I'm gonna say, since it'd be Branch and Calamities, apparently, as you both
Don't mind this roll.
start to, like, as you guys are starting to approach the ruins, you do hear what seemed to be a woman's voice kind of in the background. You hear the wails of a woman. You hear, as you guys start to get closer, you hear, the first thing you hear on the wind is, Norline! Oh my sweet Norline, where are you? And the voice kind of fades away, and you can hear a woman crying and weeping. As you guys get a little bit closer, again, the two of you hear, why haven't you come back to me? Don't you want to be married? And you hear the same voice crying and weeping. But it's weird. It doesn't seem to be coming from the same direction. Somewhere in the ruins it's coming from, but like the first time it's off to your left, and the second time it sounds like it's off to your right, only maybe 10, 15 feet away. But as you get closer, you don't see anything or hear. You just hear a woman crying.
She must need help. We must save her.
Let's not just rush in there. That's how we get killed.
It's a little
What?
disconcerting.
Well, yeah, think about it here, Frederick. Why would there be just a random person in there crying?
Why would there be a ghost in here?
How are they moving between all these spots so quickly?
So, Calamities, you hear the same voice sobbing, coming almost directly ahead of you, and you're the only one that hears this. You hear the voice go, I cannot find it. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, Norline, I'm sorry. Where is it? I've lost it. And the voice just kind of trails off.
I'm gonna look at the others and be like, did any of you hear that?
Guys, I'm a little freaked out right now. I'm not gonna lie.
I didn't hear anything. I don't know what you're
There
talking
is
about.
nothing to fear,
Well,
Branch. The faithful need not fear, for Bahamut is with us.
It's kind of hard to
you
hear
know,
what
Frederick,
I'm
whenever you start
talking.
talking like that, it kind of scares me too. So
So on the map, hopefully you guys can all see it. So where do you guys want to move your characters towards the ruin? If towards the ruin is where you want to go.
I'm going to communicate what I heard to the rest of the group. Just be like, well, I heard more after she finished speaking the first time. She's talking about losing something, couldn't find it. Sounded straight ahead.
Oh, okay. Do we want to go in that way?
That's my vote.
Maybe
Okay.
it has someone looting the ruins.
Or, Frederick, it could be a ghost.
No. No. No.
All right. So, Palamis, you said you're going to move forward a little bit.
Yeah, sort of, cautiously towards where I last heard the voice.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow behind him.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna follow as well. Just still yelling no.
Okay. Branch, I'm assuming you're going to take up the rear? Because you're scared? You scared cat?
No, I like to. I'm still curious, but
Okay.
curiosity cat.
Just stay close to the Bahamut man.
I'll stay right behind Paul.
Okay, so I will have Feo and... well, Feo, go ahead and make a history check for me here. I will actually give you advantage on this, too, so... roll
Oh,
again.
I got 18.
Okay, well, you have advantage, so you can
18's
roll
good,
again and take the
but you
higher of
could
the
do
two.
better.
Yeah.
Okay, how do I do advantage again?
In this case, since you already rolled once, just roll again. And then you just take
Oh,
the
okay.
higher of the two.
Okay, the second one was a 12.
Okay, so 18. So you are a member of the Eternal Shadows. Fighting the undead and ghosts is something that you are trained to do. In this sense, you hear, the voices you're hearing, you're pretty confident that Dilana was telling the truth at this point. There's definitely some kind of apparition, a specter, a ghost, something of that nature. It seems to fit your understanding of what that creature might be. I'm gonna have Snifty Palamis here roll another perception check for me here. Feo, you don't have to roll; you see it instantly.
Okay.
Okay. Not only do you see it, but you sense it. You feel that sense of undeath fill the air as you see before you, kind of wandering through the walls. You see it disappear, go through the walls, and go right past you guys. And you're about 30 feet, or not even 30 feet, to be 15 feet away. You see a ghostly apparition of a woman, kind of just fade through the wall, appear, disappear, and seem to just float in front of you guys.
And I kind of smile to myself. I turn and look at Frederick, and I'm like, I see her. It is a ghost.
No. No.
I just put my finger up to my lips and do the shushing noise.
Okay.
Or the shushing motion.
I just start making very angry hand motions at Feo, just
Okay.
silently.
So what do you guys want to do? Feo, you have a general idea of where she is. The rest of you aren't really sure. You just Feo's like, I see her. She's over there, and you're like, what? Where?
Maybe I should take the lead in this.
I'm
I wanted. Oh, go ahead.
gonna propose to the rest of the group. You guys think this is the ghost that messed up Dilana that bad?
Nah. Because you heard
Well,
the ghosts are real. Unless it's...
Exactly, and that is just a woman who is crying. Obviously, she might have been victim of the same creature that attacked. Whatchamacallher.
I was kidding.
If this not a ghost was what beat up Dilana, I propose that perhaps we should find what she's lost, return it. She sounds very distraught about it.
I like this guy. Yeah, I agree. I think it'd probably be easier and better for us to avoid any confrontation with this ghost and just see what she's looking for.
You mean with this woman? I agree that we should find what she seeks. This living human lady who is not dead.
Okay.
Just gonna give it like a half-hearted nod. Just like, yep, definitely not dead.
All right. So are you guys gonna move further into the ruins?
Yeah.
Okay. And Feo, you said you were gonna take lead.
Yeah, I'll take the lead.
Okay. So you guys make it to the
Huzzah.
ruins. It would be the hallway or doorway. Kind of slowly make your way in, and Feo, you see on the other side of what would be the end of the hallway, maybe 10 feet in front of you, you see the floating apparition. When she passed you originally, she had kind of a bluish tint to you, you thought, but as you get closer, you see it's more of a greenish tint. She has what looks to have been, she looks like she was an elf. She had flowing, like maybe blonde hair, and kind of like a heart-shaped face and a button nose, but she just seems to be crying and sobbing. You can see there are tears streaming down her face, and she stops for a moment. And she's floating like she doesn't have any legs. She's just kind of floating there, and she's just crying into her hands. And she goes, "I cannot find it. Where is it?" And then she turns and she sees you, and she goes, "Where is it? I've lost it. My beloved's betrothal locket. How are we to marry without it?" And she just kind of starts to float away.
Can I like call out to her?
Sure. What do you say?
I don't even know. Let me see what would I say. Just hello, like I kind of just. What was her? Did she have a name?
Not that you've heard, no.
You know what? Can I dash forward and kind of like make my presence known?
Sure. Yeah. Go ahead and roll. You're not trying to be aggressive with this. You're just trying to like, hey, I'm here, kind of thing, correct?
No. Yeah, basically trying to get her attention. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you don't have to roll anything for it. You as you kind of run up to where she was, you realize that she's gone now. You're just like, okay, where'd she go? And then you remember. I'll give it to you for your role and your skill and where you are, like your knowledge. You're just like, okay, she probably went back to the ethereal plane, and you're kind of like, hello. And then you feel like the temperature behind you kind of change, and you shiver a moment, and kind of you look to your left slightly, and there's this ghostly shape that kind of comes out of your body almost to you, and you go like, oh, kind of that shiver over your grave. But
That's cool.
She kind of just stops and she goes, who are you? Have you found it? Do you know where my locket is? She kind of wrings her hand, and there's tears still streaming down her face.
No, actually, I haven't found it. What is it that you're looking for? A locket?
She was my beloved's betrothal locket. He gave it to me before he set out to sea. He was gone for 10 years. We were to marry when he returned. It had but a lock of his hair inside, and now I've lost it. What am I going to do when he comes home, when he returns?
Uh-oh.
Go ahead.
Did you happen to know a Zilbrum Enreach or his wife at all?
No? Are you they?
No, I just know of them. I was just wondering if you knew of them. That's all.
Oh, I must find it. And she kind of disappears for a moment and then reappears about 10 feet away. She kind of seems to like look down, like there's nothing there, but you get the impression she's like opening up like a cabinet or like a chest of some kind, and she's kind of trying to throw things out of it. It's just a weird look. Like there's nothing there, but she's making the motions as if she's doing something. She doesn't seem to be aware that she's dead, or a ghost for that matter.
Ah, interesting.
I hate to admit it, but you were perchance correct. Perchance.
She is
Only. Perhaps it is a ghost. But of course, it is only a possibility amongst many.
Okay. So as you say this, she continues to look through whatever she's looking through, and then she just disappears again. And after about 10 seconds, she reappears. Like, so you guys are kind of here in the doorway. She is all in the spots. But she had kind of like looked like she was looking through something over here, and then she disappears. She kind of reappears. You can see her just on the other side of one of the ruined, like, walls. She just seems to be wandering randomly. Like, you're pretty sure if you go and talk to her, she'll still talk to you. But she seems to be pretty focused on whatever this locket is that she's missing.
Can I ask her where the last time she's seen it?
Yeah, sure. So you kind of get her attention again, and she kind of still has the tears streaming down her eyes, and she's, oh, well, there was children. They come to make fun of me for my waiting. Everyone said I was foolish to wait for Norland to come back, but children, they came, and there was a little boy. He took it. I know he did. And as she starts to get angry, you can see that her form begins to shift and kind of warp and become horrifying. And she looks
can I try and calm her down?
Did you take it? Are you the one? You? Are you gonna say anything or try and calm her down?
Yeah. I was like, no. It wasn't us. We're here to help you. We can help you find it.
Okay. Make a persuasion check. I'll give you advantage, Feo, since you're with your background for it here.
Okay. I got a 17.
Nice.
Yeah, so a 17.
Wow, the 17 is a good one. 17 and a 3. Okay, good. So she kind of like, you kind of step in front of her and kind of like, okay, well, we're here to help you. We want to help you. She goes, you see her form kind of shift back into the like greenish tinted female elf, like in distraught. And she goes, well, if you are, do you know, maybe you can find the children that did this. They took it from me. I must find it. How am I gonna be married without it?
We're gonna help you find it. Where was it? Where were these children?
So I'm gonna speed this up a little bit for us here because we can do a lot of role playing. I don't want to go too late for you guys for this. Go ahead and just roll a general persuasion check for me here. That'd be fail.
7.
Okay. Give it to you. You kind of worked up some repertoire with her. So she kind of, you kind of takes a little bit of time. Take about 10-15 minutes. You guys kind of have to keep bringing her back to attention for it here. Like, her mind seems to wander to whatever her woes are. And you figure out that about 100 years ago, there was a group of children that came through here during the day, and were ransacking the house, essentially, kind of playing in the ruins. And she tried to stop them, but the sunlight hurt her. So she kind of scared them off, but before she could, she says there was a human boy, maybe 8 or 9 years old, she thinks, with sandy brown hair and like a shaggy head, like haircut, that managed to take the locket like from where it was. It was in a box of some kind, and he took it and left. She does describe the locket to you, and you all realize as she describes the locket, it's the same one at the mayor's house.
Oh, okay.
I
So-
fucking knew it. I should have taken it. Imagine you guys thought I was crazy.
Thievery is always just fun.
Okay, so in that case, can I just let her know that we can get it? We can get it to her?
Yeah, so that's fine. So she says her and her husband will be eternally grateful. Feo, you know that if this is what's keeping her here, keeping her spirit tethered to the world, that you get her the locket, her spirit's going to disappear and she's going to be at rest. They're definitely not getting married because she's dead and her husband's probably very dead too.
Sad. So tragic. Okay, then yeah, then I say we head back and get that locket for her.
Okay. So it is
Heck
about
yeah.
9 o'clock at night at this point, but you guys make it back to town without any issues whatsoever. As you guys get there, where are you guys going? You going straight to the mayor's house? You going someplace else? What do you guys want to do?
I think we gotta get a plan on how we're gonna get that.
Should get some spy supplies.
Well, like our new friend here,
Oh yeah.
he's pretty good at it, and I think you, Branch, I think you two should be our lead guys on this.
Actually,
What are you trying to
you know,
say?
but this seems unethical. I believe we should ask the mayor for it.
I believe you should shut up, Frederick.
As much as I could probably lift it from him, I do agree with Frederick on this. I'd like to attempt not robbing him first.
Okay, fine.
I most
We just wanna
agree.
we just wanna
However,
do it
if
the
he will
boring
not
way.
give it, then we must
But
perhaps
if we have to rob
take
him,
it.
I'll help.
Okay, Theo, looks like it's just gonna be me and you. So
No, I think we gotta at least try to just ask him first.
okay, fine,
Reg, do not be a Hakim right now.
fine. But listen, if your guys' plan doesn't work out,
That's what I'm
then
saying.
we gotta go with my plan.
Yeah, absolutely.
I will
Plan-
not condone it, but I will allow it.
Plan Grant.
I like it. I agree.
Okay, so you guys show back at the mayor's house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys get to the mayor's house, and you can see that there's obviously home. There's light inside, and smoke coming from one of the chimneys. But otherwise, it's quiet. There's nobody around. Oh, we need a second for Mr. Palamedes. He has to switch to his phone.
Okay, no problem.
So, ghosts might exist.
I told you they're real.
I freaking knew it, you guys. See, look, you
That's
guys.
good. I like it. That was good.
How
That was a good connection.
earlier, I could have freaking taken it if I had some help. No, y'all left me out alone to dry on my own. And now we have to go back and get it anyways.
You were about to die
Actually,
to a
you
rolling
did not
pin.
know it. You didn't know that we'd have to meet a not ghost.
And to top it all off, you almost died to a rolling pin.
I did
So
not almost die. I was
Severely
better.
injured.
yeah, you're pretty hurt. You're bleeding.
I only lost 3 hit points total from that exchange.
So basically, she broke like an entire rib.
This might quality be worse, but I am back.
All right. Well, we can hear you, so
Let's
that's
go
good.
back.
Exactly.
All right. Well, so again,
That's
so
all we
the
can
house
hope for.
the house is well lit. You guys can see they are inside. At least you can see through the windows. There's light coming out of the windows, and there's one of the chimneys. There's smoke coming out. You guys are standing at the base of the hill. So there's a small hill. It goes about 10 feet. Um, the dirt path is maybe about 20 feet long to get to the stairs, and then you're at the front door. But you can tell they're definitely home.
All right.
Frederick, since I think this was your idea, I think you take the lead on this.
Well, of course. Anyways, I am the most civilized of you fellows.
I am
Pretend
kind of
not to
offended.
be.
Knock on
a
the
little
door.
offended, but I'll let it slide this time.
Okay, well, Frederick, what do you do?
I'm just gonna knock on the door. Wait, what time is it again? It's like
It's
middle
like,
of the night, right?
yeah, it's like 9 o'clock at night. It's wintertime, so it's dark. But
Oh,
it is
9 o'clock at night.
Yeah, it's like
Okay,
9
it's
o'clock
all
at night.
right. It's not night. It's like dinner time.
nighttime for them. It's like almost bedtime for them.
Well, get wrecked. It's time to not sleep.
It's time to give lockets now. Anyways, I'm gonna knock at the door.
Okay. So after a moment, you hear a voice goes, "Who is it?"
I am but a humble servant of Bahamut.
There's no
Fuck
response
that.
after that.
I think they know who it is.
I came to apologize.
Nope, no response.
Ah, screw it. Just enter the home and take it.
Wow. You didn't even try.
Righteousness, my ass. They are heretics, heathens. You may rob them. Go.
All right. Well, we tried Frederick's way.
All right.
I'm
It's
gonna try
time
the
for
fun way.
Branch.
I like it.
All right. So what we do is we have Team A and Team B. Okay. Team A consists of Theo and Frederick.
Okay.
They will be the distraction. They're going to make a ruckus outside of the house while Team B, for Branch and Calamities, to sneak into the house and secure the locket. Any questions?
I'm just gonna shrug and be like, I mean, I guess
Okay.
we did try, and it's for a good cause.
What was Hakeem's god?
Savaris, the god of fate, the god of luck.
So I just look over at
Nothing
at
important.
Frederick, and I tell him, what was his name again? God, again.
I would not utter such a name, such deplorable name, such heresy.
I'm like, Frederick, I think Hakeem's god was a lot better than your god.
I would like you to reconsider your choice of words there.
I start getting louder and louder. Like, no, I'm pretty sure Hakeem's god was way better than you. He's been like helping us out this whole time. What has your god been doing?
Okay, so I have.
I just don't
Branch
see
and-
how a god that makes such wonderful things could be bad.
Alright, so
So
Branch
I-
and Calamities, go ahead and both roll a stealth check for me here.
All right.
All right, let's see how the physical die treat me. I got
11.
an 18 after modifiers.
Branch, what'd you get? An 11? It says.
Yeah, I'm 11.
Okay. So where are you two going to try and sneak in? Like, are you going to the?
Is there a back door or like a back window that we
Yeah,
could?
there's a back door, back on the back side
Okay.
of the patio. Yeah.
That seems logical to me.
All right. So I call Calamities over. We try and sneak around to the back door.
Okay. So as you guys get to the back door, who's gonna try and like? I would assume
I
it's Calamities because the door is locked.
Yeah, I point. I
Oh, yeah.
point at him, and then I point at the door, and then I make a little motion with my hands of a lock.
Okay. So
I'm gonna whip out my thieves' tools.
yeah, so go ahead and roll for your thieves tool. While you're rolling, Frederick and Theo. So you guys are just having this conversation about debate about gods and just getting louder and louder.
Okay.
Correct?
So now a few seconds have passed, and all you can hear from the back door, you two, is just Frederick yelling, "Repent! Repent!" That's it.
Okay, so Theo and Frederick, as Frederick is yelling, "Repent!" The door opens and you see the mayor standing there, and his wife is standing behind him, like she's got what looks to be like a broom or something in her hand, and she's got these wide eyes. Looks like she's almost in kind of a nightgown of sorts, with like a robe pulled over, and she's just kind of like this look of terror on her face, like what the fuck is wrong with you two? And the mayor kind of steps out. He's got a robe on too, and he kind of steps out onto the porch, and he starts waving his hand like, "Go get off my property!" And just starts yelling at you guys, adding to the commotion for it. So, Calamities, what'd you get for your pick lock check here? Your thieves tool check.
I got a massive 10.
Okay.
Nice.
You unlock the door. It's not a complicated lock.
Hell yeah.
And so I'll say this, as you unlock the door and as you push it open, so it swings inward. You can see that you're in the kitchen area, and as the kind of lean in and you both look around the corner, you can see the back, you can see the mayor's wife and the mayor, she's hiding behind the door with a broom in hand, glaring out, but they are completely oblivious to what's going on at the moment. Till you two.
Okay. I guide Calamities over to where the locket is in the glass.
Okay.
And I point at it again, and I point at him, and then make the lock picking motion again.
Okay.
Whatever our lockpicking motion is, Come on, D20. I believe in you. 25.
Oh, nice.
Okay. You go to it, and it's one of those cheesy locks where it's just probably the key is probably just a flat piece of metal with a single prong in it.
Oh yeah.
Click, click. Okay. Both of you guys make stealth checks for me again.
Shit.
Gotcha.
Oh, 24.
22.
Okay. No one seems to pay attention at all. As you guys you swing open the cabinet doors, and the locket's right there. It's exactly as the ghost described it.
Hell yeah.
Then, I grab the locket, and then I replace it with some gold.
Okay.
And by some gold, I mean 1 gold.
Okay. So you're just kind of putting this gold piece up where the locket was before, displayed?
Yes.
Okay. Excellent. Okay. So you guys rolled high enough. You guys close the cabinet.
I'm
sorry, what was that?
appreciate that.
Okay.
I can appreciate that. The 1 goal.
Yeah. So you guys put the gold in, you close the door. Plumbers, you just kind of lock it again. It's super easy. You don't even not even have to roll. And you're
Okay.
sneak out. As you guys get to the back door, close the door. And again, it's a simple lock. You click, lock the door behind you, and start booking it off. Branch, as you guys are kind of walking away or scurrying away, you look at the locket and kind of flip it over in your hand. And it's about a little bit smaller than palm size for you. So it's maybe about 2 inches in diameter. Pretty big for a locket, but then you remember that the ghost had said that her betrothed kept a lock of hair inside of it for her. And you can't open the locket for whatever reason. There's the latch, but it doesn't seem to open. But on the back of the locket, there is an inscription. And it says, "To my beloved, my love for you will outlast the stars." But you have the locket in hand.
Oh yeah. All right. I'm just gonna bring calamities with me, and then hope that Theo and Frederick just kind of close it up sometime soon.
Okay.
You can just hear me going, nah,
No!
nah.
No! No!
All right, so Frederick and Feo, both of you guys roll perception checks to see if you notice that your friends are gone.
Should I roll with disadvantage at this point?
No.
6.
Oh,
Perfect.
God, I rolled a 3.
Oh my god, yes. That's perfect.
Assuming they do not notice, I would like to do a thing.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So they do not notice. So I will say it's going to take them about 10 minutes of this arguing back and forth before they get shoved off this porch. So Branch and Calamities, you guys have 10 minutes to do whatever the hell you want.
You know? Okay. I was gonna whistle at him, but this sounds funnier. Just gonna leave him be.
All right.
I'm gonna sit like maybe down the road a little bit, just kind of watching the spectacle from afar.
Okay. Branch, are you going to do anything, or are you just going to watch as well?
I think I'm just gonna watch too.
Okay. so Feo and Frederick, you guys are yelling back and forth at each other, top of your lungs, screaming about Bahamut being the greatest and blasphemy, and you guys need to repent, and how wrong Frederick is with all of this. And like the mayor's like flustered beyond compare, trying to scream at you, and after a couple minutes, he just kind of goes, and his wife kind of goes, "I'm sick of this," and she storms down, and kind of like her like robes come up on down a little bit, and she comes out with the broom, and she just, "Get off my property!" and she starts slamming the broom into both of your heads. She makes a couple of attacks, which you just both one of you. So we'll say Frederick, you take 1 point of bludgeoning damage. As this woman is now driving you down the stairs and down the path.
My holy face!
Making you guys leave. But you guys get down, you guys finally like scurry away, like, okay, we're leaving, kind of moment. As you guys manage to get away, and as you get to the bottom, you see both Branch and Calamities just kind of leaning against like a pole that's sticking out of the ground, just kind of looking at you guys, smirking.
How long have you guys been back already?
Just like we got back
10
like
minutes?
30 seconds ago.
Well, I don't think I want to hear you talk ever again.
Same goes for you, Frederick.
I am wounded beyond repair. I had thought you better than this.
It was
I had
just a
hope for
distraction.
you. What?
It was just a distraction. Of course I think Bahamut's the best. Come on now, buddy.
Oh my. How have I been so foolish? Well, you're mad at me.
No,
what?
but thanks for the offer.
Great work, team.
So you guys got what we
plan-
came for?
Plan B went perfectly. And yes, I show Theo and Frederick the locker.
All right. I think this calls for a night of celebration. And then we can get ready in the morning.
This calls for
Probably.
Eric.
Okay. Feo, go ahead and roll make a religion check for me here. Or I'm actually, whichever one skill is best for you, it'd probably be, I think you put it into history. So history check for me here. Not Frederick, Feo.
They
17.
just like making
Wow.
religion checks.
Just like making rolls. Okay. So Feo, you know that the ghost, she was telling the truth. So if you guys go back during daylight, she's probably not gonna be there. We're not gonna show up for you guys. Her presence will still be there, but you guys wouldn't be able to do anything until nighttime. So the best case of success is probably just to go back right now.
All right,
Well,
then let's do that.
Okay.
Say, yeah, let's go, guys.
I
Now's the best time to do
am
it.
going to ask the other three how we plan to. So, how do we plan?
Calamities, you're a robot.
You
Uh,
guys
I'm
cutting
gonna
out.
need you. I'm
Is,
gonna need you. Did you type that out, possibly? Sorry.
Good
That's
question.
also very true.
that is a good question. What do I have? Let's see. I have water skin.
Oh, so do I.
Other
I
than
have,
that, I have.
I have an alchemist supplies, which I'm guessing has to be some kind of vials, right?
Yeah. So you would have some kind of vial, at least one.
Yeah. So I think I have what we need to get her tears.
All right, then I hand the locket to Theo because it seems like he has the best rapport with the ghost.
Okay. Thank you for that. And I think that was a very good question because I had forgot about that. But yeah, I think this should solve all our problems, and I think we should be on our way.
Okay. So you guys make it back to her without any problems. It is about 10 o'clock at night. And as you guys start to approach the ruins, you hear the same kind of the wails and cries for Norwell and the woman, the ghost. You hear her, or Norlin, I'm sorry, was the ghost, her beloved's name. You guys easily find her kind of in the same spot. She turns to you and seems to be aware of you, but at the same time, she seems to keep calling out about the locket that she's lost and she cannot find it.
I kind of hold out the locket and kind of try to get her attention again. And
Okay.
basically just show her that we found it for her.
Yeah, ghosty, 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 ghosty.
Not a dog. Okay, yeah, easy
yeah.
enough. Yeah, you guys kind of hold up the locket to her and kind of show it to her, and for a moment you see that, like, on her face, like, she's a ghostly visage, but the tears that she has start to disappear, and she kind of floats towards you and takes the locket and holds it close to her chest, and she goes, Norlin, I found it again. My betrothed, my beloved will be together once more. She kind of looks down at the locket, and you watch her open it, and you can see that inside there is a lock of hair, of like a golden colored hair to it. She closes it again and holds it to her chest, and you see her start to cry once more. But she's starting to fade away, surprisingly. And she looks to you, Feo, and she goes, Thank you. Thank you for returning it. Thank you. And her voice fades away.
No!
And as where she was standing, or floating, you see on the ground before you, there are, make sure I give you guys the right number. There's two different things that could happen depending on what you did. 3 glass-like tears drop into the ground.
Are they like solid?
They are solid. They're like crystallized tears.
Oh,
Huh.
perfect.
There are 3 of them laying in the grass right there before you. They sparkle in the moonlight.
Ooh, fancy.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna reach down and pick them up.
Okay. So you have 3 tears, 3 ghost tears.
I'm gonna put them in my left pocket. Don't want Calamity's trying to steal it from me.
All right.
Is that something that I need to put into my inventory?
You
Are they-
shouldn't
are-
have to at the moment. All right. So you guys just gonna kind of head back to town and go from there. The ghost is gone. You have settled her, and Veo, you would know this, that she's gone for good now. She's not coming back anymore.
Yeah.
You have put her to rest.
Woohoo! So I think we have put her to rest, and I think we can get our own rest. And go back to the inn, find Dilana.
Sounds good to me. Also, mic test. 1, 2, 3.
There you go.
Hear
Perfect.
We
Oh,
can
that's
hear
way
you all
better.
right.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right. So you guys head back to town. It's almost close to midnight at this point when you guys finally return. The inn is empty for the most part. Everyone's left for the common room, gone to sleep for the night. You guys know which room is Delana's, so you can certainly knock on the door if you want, or you guys can wait until the morning.
I say we let her rest and wait till the morning.
And she looked like she could use the rest.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, in that case, then, you guys will all level to 3. Congratulations.
Woo!
And we will pick up next time from there with you guys giving that to her.
I'm gonna have to figure out what subclass I want.
Yes. Okay. So yes, we'll pick up next time.